Hello my fishy friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Nathan Hovey here, and we will be doing part 2 of the 50-gallon rescape. Where we left off is I had to add a bunch of these rocks on top of here. I had to put a bunch back there because when I filled this up, this side started to lift. Not much, but enough that it was a concern. I threw a valve in there just to see, along with this crinum or whatever you want to call that plant back there. I forget the name. I know it has crinum in it, but so I just ran to the store, and it's the super secret parking lot of rocks, and grabbed a couple more. I grabbed this really big one and some couple of small ones, because I don't want all of these black, pretty much the same shape and whatnot size. I don't want a ton of those. So I'm going to get those other rocks washed up, cooled down, because they've been in the sun all day long, in the Florida sun, so they are pretty warm. And then we are going to get to planting the 50-gallon. Don't think this is going to be a super long video. I don't know if I'm going to add the fish in just yet. I do have cycled, like I put the sponge filter in there. That's cycled. And then I moved the hang-on back over here to the 55 to keep it running and keep the cycle going with that. So yeah, so there's that. If anything, I could always put this filter on there too, because the 55 has a canister filter, which is more than enough to run that tank. So, but yeah, that's where we're at, and that's where we're starting. So I'm going to get to washing these rocks, and we'll pick this back up when I get a few plants in. See you in a bit. Alrighty, we got some more plants in. We got a Nubius front and center. Don't know if that's where that'll stay, but we tucked in a lot of the val. We got some smaller pieces. I believe that's the Italian Vallisneria. Put a few, all over. And then we got the bigger val in the back, which I will probably end up stealing some more from here. Really, that's kind of all I got in here. I'm trying to de-snail everything and get rid of all the eggs off of the plants. That way I don't have an outbreak, because there are tons of them in here. We got a bunch of kabamba. Turn this light on. Bunch of kabamba that we got to put in there. I don't think I'm going to be using any of these fake decorations anymore. Not sure yet. I might use like this cave, this log cave. The fish seem to really like that one. Might use that just because it's got algae growing over it. But yeah, so far so good. I had an Amazon sword over here between that gray rock and the glass, but I put that piece of wood there and it was just too crowded, so I don't know if I'm going to keep it. As you can see right here, I broke it down to nothing. I've done this a few times already, and it grows back fine, as long as it's got some good roots. So, yeah, there's check-in number 1. We're going to put some kambaba in here, and I'll get back to you. Alrighty, so we're back. Guess my phone decided it wanted to shut itself off, so we are joining back up. Here, let me turn some lights off real quick. I can see some reflection. Let's see if this helps. Alrighty. That helped a little bit. That planted background doesn't help though. Can't really see the plants in the video as well as you can in person. But we got a bunch of Vallisneria over here. We got some Ludwigia back there. I moved rock with some moss on it right there. We got this coconut hut with some moss. Some dwarf Sagittaria all down the front here. Couple crypts. I forget what the name of this plant is. I need to look back into my comments. That came from Dee Dee. And I got a couple of them. I got two I made from one plant. I just don't remember the name of it. Some type of sword, I believe. Some more dwarf Sagittaria running down the side, I mean. I threw the couple of pieces of driftwood in there at the end. That one's got a bunch of Java fern on it. We got the big thing of Java fern right there coming out of the base of the log. And then from these rocks, pretty much over to the edge, is Kabamba. It hasn't straightened itself out yet because it's been in a bucket. And so it got all curly. But yeah, that Anubias. I tried to move it to a couple different spots just to see. I really didn't care for it, although I haven't tried it right here in that rock. But that's going to be right under the light, and I'm afraid it's going to get either green algae or blackbeard algae, and I don't want that if I can help it. So we're going to try it down low first and go from there. The light that is on this tank is, in my opinion, from what I understand, very low light. It's not even an aquarium light. Well, one of them's an aquarium light. I have two lights. One's a fluorescent plant bulb, and the other one is just whatever came in this light fixture. It does the trick. It does grow plants, so we'll see what it does. Never really had a blackbeard algae in this problem in this tank, so who knows? I might move that Anubias up to that rock up there in the top, try to hide it a little bit. I'm hoping though that I only have to keep that there for a short period of time, but we'll see. If I remember correctly, I had trouble sinking this wood when I tried to soak it in a barrel, or once I had a 55 that the frame broke on, so I had it sitting outside, and I put this piece of wood in it, and I had to take one of the knuckles or whatever you want to call these, and I had to pin it underneath the lip, on the inside lip of the aquarium, to keep it under the water. So I don't know. Those rocks may end up having to live on the back of that piece of wood the entire time of this scape. Next is to take the fish back out of here that I put in here and get them back into that tank. So that means I have to take all the wood out and transfer them over. So I'll check back in once I get that done. Alrighty, so we have the 3 Bolivian rams, the 3 yo-yo loaches, and the 8 Buenos Aires tetras moved back into the 50-gallon. Oh, and 1 male molly. It's a gold one back there in that corner. There's a ram there. Another ram is back here in the plants. Oh, they're all over here. There's 2 over there. And then you can see the Buenos Aires tetras are all going nuts. So, I'm pretty happy with it. I can't wait to see the plant growth. And see where I need to add some. I need to add, actually, some bristlenose into this tank. So, I gotta either pull some chocolate bristlenose from the 40 breeder, which I think there's 5 of them in there, or I gotta pull the 3 super red bristlenose. I have 2 in the regular 20 and 1 in the 20 long. So I might pull those 3 and put them in here. That way they have a bigger tank and they can get another growth spurt. I heard they're pretty slow growing, so I think they would do well with a lot more room. However, the chocolate bristlenose are pretty decent size. Actually, one of them is out. Let me see if I can get in there. That's actually probably the smallest one in the tank. But every time I go up to the tank, they swim away. So it's going to be a pain in the butt trying to catch them. The super reds are easy to catch. But yep, this is the 50-gallon redo. Planting is done. Fish are moved back in. I might add, other than the bristlenose, I might add a fish or 2 here or there. I don't know yet. I might add some cories. Really not much for, well, I mean, I guess there is a lot. There's some natural algae growing on this piece of wood. You can't really see it in the video, but all along that line is green. So anywho, I think that'll about do it for the planting. Let me know what you guys think down below. Oh, the heck was that? Actually, the one fish I am going to put back in here is that Baishir, or Baishir, however you want to pronounce it. I just don't want them getting picked on like the catfish did. So I'm going to put it in here, even though it did. Oh, no, that was the catfish that ate one of the tetras. Yeah, I am going to move the Baishir back into this tank. But I'm going to do that off camera. You guys will see that in an update. Or maybe not, if I find a home or take them to the fish shop. So, anywho, thank you all for watching. And until next time, remember, feed your fish.